Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, miny, mo, and flower, you're the chosen one. Well, your left hand's free, and your right hand grip, with another left hand, watch his right hand slip, Schwartz is gone.
Hi, my name is McKenna and I'm a senior at DLHS. I also work in the healthcare field. I work at Oak Crossing as a CNA, and I would just like to give a little shout out to all the people who are working in healthcare right now. Keep fighting. Alright, hi Laker Live, I'm Darla, who we're at Oak Crossings, and I'm going to ask her a few questions about how COVID has been affect the medical field and how we can prepare and how we can try and take precautions and so on.
Okay.
So,
Well, hi there. Okay.
So what has been a challenge here at Oak Crossings?
I think the biggest challenge, other than, cleanliness and all that stuff, which is always getting people to wash their hands, has been dealing with the residents who've been unable to see their families.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up Zoom visits, trying to get families to do Zoom visits because they can't come in, and to deal with the sadness and depression that the residents have that they can't see their families.
Okay, and if you could tell the people out there who are, working, doing their jobs, what advice would you give them to help, stop the spread of COVID?
Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Social distancing, wear your masks. They have found that the majority of the stuff passes from people not washing their hands. They touch a contaminated surface, then they touch their face. Wash your hands. That's the best and biggest precaution that you can take.
All right, and can you name any lessons that we have learned from COVID here, or any good values?
Well, we've learned to be very creative on how to do activities when residents can't get together. I've learned how to spend time with my grandchildren without being physically near them. I've learned to use Zoom. Oh, I'm not an iPhone girl, so it's been a little bit more difficult for me. I've gotten a lot closer to a lot of the residents, and the residents have become more connected with staff members since they don't have their own families coming in. And we've been making the phone calls for them since people can't come in. So I think that's been a good thing.
Okay. And then, what are some things that we do here to stop the spread of?
Well, besides having our hand hygiene and our mask, and we temp at the door. Anybody that comes to work or is allowed to come in the building must pass a questionnaire of, do they have symptoms? Have they been exposed? We take their temperature. We wear safety goggles because it's been proven that it can pass through the eyes. We do extensive cleaning. We wipe down all handrails, doorknobs, tables, everything, every single day on every single unit. We clean the dining room, even if only one person sits at it all day. Those tables are wiped all the time. We are very careful with clothing, that it goes back into the laundry every day. Residents aren't allowed to save clothing in case it has become contaminated, and they can get it the next day. We have certain food products that are shipped in that sit for 4 days before they're open because the cardboard might be contaminated. Take it very seriously at Oak Crossing, and have from the beginning.
And what are your thoughts or opinions about the COVID vaccines? Because I've heard a lot of people, nervous about them, and I've heard a lot of people who are all for them. What are your...
I myself was nervous. I did a lot of research. I found out what kind of vaccine we were getting. I researched that some more. And then I also looked at friends and family who had lost. I have numerous friends who have lost their children that are, in their 30s to COVID. So I did my own research. I paid attention. I didn't follow TikTok and all the jokes and everything. I looked it up and I ended up getting the vaccine. I figured even if there's a few side effects for me, if it can protect my grandchildren or it can protect the vulnerable adults that I take care of here, it's worth the small risk.
Yeah.
More people have died from COVID, percentage-wise. If you go by the numbers, more people have died from COVID than with the percentage that has died or had severe reactions to the vaccine. So, and I grew up in the generation where there were lots of vaccines with side effects. So, I don't know. I think and if you have any questions, you should talk to your doctor.
Absolutely.
Who knows your health better than your doctor and yourself? So, we have several residents here that were nervous about it. They spoke with their doctors and they chose to get the vaccine.
My name is Lily. I got Down syndrome, and this is my story. People with Down syndrome are born with one extra chromosome. Sometimes they face normal or physical challenges. Over 6,000 babies are born each year with Down syndrome.
What has been challenging for you?
When I was 4, I had heart surgery. When I talk too fast, it's hard for people to understand me. Sometimes I get shy and nervous around people.
So, what makes you special?
So, I'm silly and I'm happy most of the time. I care very much with my family and friends. I don't want to brag, but I'm very popular. And I have lots of friends.
Good. What kind of things have you been involved in?
Special Olympics. It is for anyone that has a disability. There is different sports. Gymnastics. I have been in gymnastics since 6th grade. I have been super flexible and super limber. Thanks. After bowling, my team and I went to state bowling, and we had so much fun. I am in Unified PE. It's a school program, Unified Pass. That includes special ed students and general ed students. You have a partner each week that you work with. It's so much fun. Last but not least, Liquor Live. I have wanted to be in Liquor Live since I was 9th grade. I watched this almost all night long. In the class, I make videos that are really funny. This is my favorite class I ever have.
What is it like to be a senior in high school?
Sometimes it's hard because there's more homework and harder assignments. It's also been hard with distant learning because I don't get to see all my friends. I'm doing really good in all my classes and getting good grades. I hope I get to go to Bond this year, and I'm looking forward to graduating. I want to give a shout out to my besties Abby and Kayla because they are Down syndrome just like me. And to my PCA Stacy. I also want to give a thank you to my awesome teachers. Miss Levine, Miss Pauline, Colby, Miss Fritz, Miss Gillis, Miss Reed, and Callie because she is so sweet and I can't, and she does does a lot for us, and especially this class that I'm in. Thank you for that. You are awesome teacher. And my two favorite pillars is Tracy and Mary. They taught me so well. They helped me a lot. I love them. They love Down syndrome and just like me, and that's why I love those two. And also Miss Krista, because she is so beautiful. I love this class so much. Thank you for my friends being in this class too. And thank you for letting me to be in this class. Thank you so much.
We're going to show you how to properly get rid of scrap metal and make a profit off of it. Joe and Ethan will be showing you the way. Right now they're putting in the scrap metal in their trailer, loading it up, getting ready to go take it to the scrap metal place. All loaded up, trailer's full. Ethan and Joe will now head to the scrap metal yard. They're now at the yard. They're loading up on the loading dock and weigh-in station to see how much metal they have brought. And right up there you can see that it is around 15,000 pounds on the weigh-in scale, but you have to put aside the trailer and truck they're driving. Now that they've dropped off the metal, this is how they dispose of it, by crushing it in the back of a truck. And they'll just keep crushing it until it's fully packed down. Another cool thing is they start breaking down cars at this place too. So this is an example of them breaking down cars and how they do that. Now you guys have some idea on how scrap metal is disposed of. Thanks for watching.
Golden
What is art? Why do people create art? Well, art is a very therapeutic way to express any emotions that you can have. Art can be very suggestive. When you look at a piece of art, you can think it's one thing, but it actually might be the other thing. A lot of people use art to just express any and all emotions that they're dealing with, especially with in the past years. A lot of people kind of underestimate the fact that there is artists out there, and artists get to create whatever they want. So if you are stressed or just want to break from technology, grab a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard for who knows what reason, and grab a pencil or marker or something and just start drawing something. Doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to be the best thing in the world. It could be bad if you want it to be, but it's just a way to express any emotions, to show if you have that you can have a creative side of you. So art is just a way to express how you want to feel, your creative side of life, what inspires you. So that's why people create art or use art in their everyday life.